this is Brian with Alpha Training, and in this week's tip, we're going to learn how to use the Draw Borders tool in Excel. Now, for most people, drawing borders is a simple act of highlighting a series of cells and then coming up here to the Borders tool and then selecting one of these options right here in the list, such as All Borders, which will give me a thin black line around every single cell. And then if I wanted to put a thick black line around the entire table, I could come back up here and choose Thick Black Box, and I will achieve this effect. But what if I want to do something fancier, like put a thin double line red underneath all of my day names, or maybe erase just a few select lines to dress up the art a little bit better? Well, that usually involves going up into the extended features of the font section and going to the Borders tab and then having to deal with all of these controls, which, although not terribly difficult, they're not exactly the most user-friendly either. Well, a faster way to do this when you want just simple artwork is to go up and use the Draw Borders tools down here at the bottom. Now, for some reason, a lot of people just don't even seem to notice this down here. We've got a Draw Border and a Draw Grid and an Erase Border, and what those do for you is, if we use the Draw Border, then I get my cursor changing into this pencil. And if I take that pencil and I put it at the corner of a cell and I drag, I will draw a border around that cell. Now, if I want to do a border around a whole bunch of cells, then I can click and I can drag, and the more that I select, the larger that bounding box is going to be. So if I wanted to do my headings, I could do this, and if I wanted to do my side headings, I could do that. Now, to get out of this mode, you just hit Escape. Well, what if I wanted to put a border around every single cell? In this case, instead of choosing the Draw Border, we choose the Draw Border Grid tool. So when I give that a click, and now when I click and drag, notice I'll get a bounding box around every single cell. And now I can hit Escape to get out. Now in this case, I like this effect, but I don't like this top line here or this side line over here. Well, that's where the Erase Border tool comes into play, because when I give that a click, now my pointer turns into an eraser, and wherever I put that little asterisk icon on the eraser and click, I can remove those lines just with a click. Now, if I wanted to remove the lines from the totals row, maybe I accidentally bordered that and I didn't mean to, I don't have to click on every single line, because if I just click in the cell and drag across, it will erase all of the lines from those cells. Same thing over here. Now, it is actually going a little bit too far in this case, because I didn't want to erase the lines underneath the numbers, so I could go back up here to my Draw Border tool and I could just redraw that. And I'll hit Escape to get out. Well, let's try something a little fancier. If I wanted to do a double thin red line underneath these heading cells, and then maybe that double thin red line to the right of these cells, then what I will do is I will come up to my Borders tool and I will choose Line Color and select red, and then I'll come back up to my line style and choose Double Thin. So now if I were to select Draw Border, I can draw down the side and get that double thin red line, and I can draw underneath and get it there, and then just hit Escape when I'm done. Now if I wanted to put a thick blue line above and to the left of all of my totals, then I'll come back up here, I'll change my line color to blue, and I'll also change my line style to thick, and now Draw Border is still active, so I can just drag down and drag across and hit Escape when done. So there you have the Draw Borders tool. So the next time you want to do some simple artwork, you can do this quite quickly by doing it graphically with the Draw Borders, Draw Grid, or the Erase Border tool. Have a great day.